morning. So lahat tayo ay excited sa pagbubukas ng ating mga klase sa Monday and babalik na tayo sa ating mission, no? Sa pag-educate sa ating mga bata. So again, isa pong mapagpala, maaliwalas at mabiyayang umaga sa bawat isa sa atin.
Good morning po.
Marisa,
Anim na araw na lang, balik eskwela na. So all of us
right.
are excited for that event.
Tama
Full
po.
to face na.
So tinitignan ko ngayon ang ating FB Live, Mama Marisa, at nasa 1,500 viewers na tayo at this point. And we have viewers from Moncada, from Bamban, from Kamiling. Good morning po sa lahat ng nakikinig at nanonood sa ating FB Live. So, shall we start, Mama Marisa? Good morning again to everyone.
Good morning. So in a minute, we will start our virtual orientation for the opening of classes. Sir Jonathan?
The first day of school, not graduation day, is the most significant day in a person's education. This lovely quote came from Harry Wong, an educator, educational speaker, and author. We are reminded of this quotation because the start of the school year, which we all eagerly anticipate, will take place on Monday of the following week, and we see ourselves as significant members of the village who will be responsible for our learners' education. In a few more days, we'll start our mission in achieving our ultimate objective as educators.
Some students may have believed that everything would never be the same again, and that their capacity to learn would always be constrained as a result of the pandemic. We may have faced difficulties at first, but we maintained our position as educational bridges and prevailed with distance learning. We are braver and more confident now that we can start over. So once more, welcome to the virtual orientation for the start of classes for the school year 2022-2023. This is school year here in Schools Division of Tarlac Province.
So our beloved Schools Division Superintendent, Assistant Schools Division Superintendents, Chiefs for SGOD and CID, Division Office Unit Heads, Senior Education Program Specialists, Elementary and School Heads, Education Program Supervisors, Public School District Supervisors, teachers, office staff, a very blessed day to all of us. May I invite everyone to please rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, Lupang Hinirang, through an audio-visual presentation.
Please remain standing as Dr. Venus Partido, Public Schools District Supervisor of San Jose East District, will lead us in the opening prayer. Following that, we will sing the DepEd Tarlac Province Hymn and Awit ng Tarlac with pride and admiration to the accompaniment of audiovisual presentation.
Tayo po ay yumuko at manalangin. Ama makapangyarihan sa lahat, lubos po kami nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga biyayang iyong ipinagkakaloob sa amin. Salamat sa nakalipas na taong 2021 na matagumpay at maluwalhati naming nagampanan ang lahat ng mga tungkuling nakaatang sa aming kani-kanyang gawain sa kalusugan, proteksyon, at mga milestones sa gitna ng hamon na pandemyang dala ng COVID-19. Maraming salamat po sa bagong taon na ito ng 2022 ng pagbubukas ng on-site classes at blended classes sa darating na August 22 hanggang sa unti-unti maisagawa namin ang malawakang face-to-face classes sa lahat ng paaralan. Salamat po Lord sa bagong umaga na naghuhudyat ng panibagong pag-asa. Ipagkaloob mo po sa aming mga mag-aaral ang panibagong pag-asa at kasanayan. Buksan po ninyo ang kanilang puso at kaisipan at patalasin po ninyo ang kanilang pangunawa upang kanilang maintindihan ang mga aral at kaalaman na ituturo sa kanila. Patnubayan niyo po sila sa landas na kanilang tatahakin. Ang mga magulang at bawat miyembro ng pamilya ng mga mag-aaral ay pagkaisahin po ninyo at pagpalain ng kakayahang masuportahan ang pangangailangan ng mga bata sa kanilang pag-aaral at maitaguyod ang edukasyon ng kanilang mga anak. Sa mga kaguruan, dalangin po namin ang inyong paggabay at gamitin mo po silang instrumento ng pagbabago, makapagturo at makapagpaliwanag sila na may katyagaan at pag-ibig upang magamit ng mga mag-aaral sa pagharap ng kanilang bukas at magsilbi rin silang inspirasyon at mabuting halimbawa maging sa mga taong nakapaligid sa kanila. Sa mga namumuno ng paaralan at sa aming lahat, igawad mo po ang kababaang loob at pagmamahal upang maabot at maipagkaloob namin ang mga pangangailangan ng lahat, lalo na sa mga mag-aaral. Sa pagbubukas ng klase at hanggang matapos ang taon ng pampaaralang 2022-2023, dalangin po namin, O Diyos, ang inyong paggabay at proteksyon sa lahat ay makaranas ng pampisikal na kalusugan at kalakasan. Gawin niyo po kaming overcomer sa lahat ng mga balakid, lalo na sa anumang karamdaman. Patawarin po ninyo kami sa aming mga sala upang ito'y hindi maging hadlang sa mga pagpapalang ipagkakaloob pa po ninyo sa amin. Lord, as one family of DepEd Tarlac Province, through the strong leadership of our school's Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Pazon, we altogether declare our victory in making our distinction in DepEd, that you will continuously bless us in making a big difference in pursuing our mission and vision. Gabayan po ninyo ang bawat isa, Panginoon, sa pagsagawa ng aming mga tungkulin at gawain sa academic year na ito, sa pangalan ng iyong anak na si Jesus, na aming Panginoon at tagapagligtas. Amen.
Iba't ibang ugali at gawin sa may gitnang lungsod umuwi. Ang mga rin pinipigil ay ang pagwawagin. Ang sanyo ay sa bulaklak. serbisyong ito. Kapakanan ng bawat empleyado, laging una at inasikaso, upang mga mag-aaral dito tagumpay ang matatamo. Mga tarlac, ipakita ang aking talino sa lahat ng aspeto. Nangunguna ang Tarlacenyo. Ang DEPED Tarlac Province may magandang mithiin. Dapat masisipan na mga tao bumubuo sa divisyong ito. Kapakanan ng bawat empleyado, laging una at inasikaso, upang mga mag-aaral dito tagumpay ang matatamo. Mga tarlac, ipakita ang aking talino sa lahat ng aspeto. Nangunguna ang Tarlacenyo. Mga tarlac, ipakita ang aking talino sa lahat ng aspeto. Nangunguna ang Tarlacenyo. Sa lahat ng aspeto, nangunguna ang Tarlacenyo.
For today, ang audio po natin ay nakalabas po sa ating FB Live.
Live. So right now, Ma'am Marisa, we have 2,500 viewers sa ating FB Live. So once again, we would like to invite everyone, our teachers, to please take time in participating to this activity. Pero sa mga hindi naman makakapanood sa ating FB Live, pwede naman nilang balikan during their free time. So once again, isang mapagpala at magandang umaga sa bawat isa sa atin. And again, welcome.
Yeah. Sa ating
Welcome to this virtual activity. So, Ma'am Marisa, we are pleased to hear Dr. Armando C. Capili, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, make his opening remarks. Sir Armand, good morning po, sir.
Good morning po, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sir Jonathan, Ma'am Marisa. To our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Poson, to Madam Selena Vega, to Dr. Noel and Dr. Paul, ang ating mga hepe, sa ating mga supervisors, district supervisors, sa ating mga guro, mga punong guro, and everyone in the platform, magandang umaga. COVID-19 brought about so many changes in the way we educate our young learners. We use radio, TV, modules, online and offline learning platforms, books, compendium of notes, everything under the sun. But those methods are just enough to minimize the crippling effect of pandemic to the learning outcomes. The study of UNESCO shows that the learning gap is getting wider and wider as time passes by that the kids are not in school. After more than 2 years of observation, we learned that teachers are irreplaceable by any system, method, or technology. Classroom is still the best venue for learning. And as social beings, humans learn better in group rather than in isolation. With these irrefutable findings, it is a must for us to bring back 100% of our learners to their teachers, to their classrooms, and to their classmates. We need to do it right. Thus, we have this orientation. Welcome, everyone. Let the show begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Armando Capilla, our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent. So bring back 100% of our learners. Bring them back to our teachers, to our classrooms. And let's start the year right with positivity and gratefulness in our heart. So as we begin the school year 2022-2023, let's go not only to the new normal, but to a better normal. Let's hit our target. Diba, partner? Hit our goal. As Sir Kapili, natandaan ko yung sinabi niya kahapon during our flag ceremony, let's hit our Goliath. Press on, sabi naman ng ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Celina L. Vega. So once again, thank you very much, Dr. Armando Capili. Sir Jonathan?
Tama ka, Ma'am Marisa, no? So, wala pa rin talagang makakatalo sa in-person teaching learning, particularly when we teach beginning reading skills, no? Maraming findings ng ating mga researchers ang nagsasabi na for our students, for our learners, especially the ones who are in the elementary levels, napakahalaga na nasa school sila. So again, maraming salamat po sa ating Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Kapili, sa inyong napakainit na welcome sa bawat isa sa atin. Alright, so given how enthusiastic everyone seems to be about this virtual event, let us recognize the presence of all of our participants to a roll call to be initiated by Ms. Dallin I. Roy, the Education Program Supervisor of MAPE. Ma'am Dallin, good morning po.
Good morning po, sir. Clear po ba yung aking sound,
Yes.
audio? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, magandang umaga po ulit sa inyong lahat. Ang ating pong roll call for today, so gagawin po natin yung DepEd mantra natin. Nire-request ko po si Sir Christian na pag tinawag ko po yung district, kung po pwede po yung i-open nila yung cam nila, tapos isa lang po sa district nila ang magsasalita para po hindi magkakaroon ng problema kasi minsan hindi yung dating ng audio hindi sabay-sabay. So yung nagsasalita lang po ang magsasabi ng DepEd mantra na dudugtungan niya ng handang-handa na sa pasukan. So, yun naman pong mga nakabukas ang cam. So, para sa bata, yun pong gagawin. Para sa bayan, hindi siya mag-heart. So, handang-handa na. Cluster 1, handang-handa na sa pasukan. Ulitin po natin. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, Cluster 1, handang-handa na sa pasukan. So, yun po yung sasabihin ng magsasalita sa cluster po nila. Okay po. Sa mga nasa platform naman po, ang gagawin po nila, ilalagay lang po nila sa kanilang comment box yung school tapos heart. Okay po? Doon po sa mga nasa FB Live. Okay po. So, umpisa na po tayo. Ready na po tayo. Umpisa po tayo sa cluster 4. Asan po yung mga cluster 4? Cluster 4 po. PSDS, mga principal teachers ng cluster 4. So, sir, i-open po yung cam. Sino po yung magsasalita sa ating cam? I request Madam Kamaya na siya po ang lead sa cluster 4.
Yung ganito yung pantalon.
Hello? Ano po yung gagawin, madam po? Mahina kasi siya, hindi ko naririnig.
Po, para sa bata, para sa bayan,
Apo.
Cluster 4, handang-handa na sa pasukan. Malakas po ha.
Okay. Apo.
Kung talagang handa na, Madam Kamaya. Lahat po
Apo.
ng Cluster 4 na nasa platform. Okay, ready, Ma'am Kamaya? Ay, nawala si Ma'am Kamaya. Madam Kamaya. Ay, parang nawala si Ma'am Kamaya. Ayan.
Apo, ma'am, nawala po. Sige po.
Ready? Ready na, Ma'am Kamaya. Sabayan po natin si Ma'am
Opo.
Kamaya with yung signal natin.
Okay po.
Ready, and.
Para sa bata,
Sa bata. Para sa
para sa
bayan.
bayan. Cluster 4, ready na.
Ready na sa pasukan.
Okay. Thank you very much po, Ma'am Kamaya.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Hindi po kahit yung
Galen.
ating parang burger. Burger po yan. Hindi po siya kahit. Okay, thank you. Cluster 3. Sino po naman sa cluster 3? Sino po ang Madam Marisa?
Yes,
Para
ma'am.
po sa cluster 3. So lahat
Ready?
po ng cluster 3.
Ready na po ang mga cluster 3. Sabay-sabay po tayo. Open your cam. Para sa bata. Para sa bayan.
Para sa bayan.
Cluster 3. Handang-handa na sa pasukan. Yay!
Thank you very much po, cluster 3. Punta naman po tayo sa cluster 2. Sino po sa cluster 2? Sir Roger. Nandyan po ba si Sir Roger? Sir Roger. Maglilid po ang ating mga PSDS po, no? Sir Roger. Ay, wala yata siya. So, sino po ang sa cluster 2, PSDS po, na pwedeng mag-lead po sa kanila? Oh, sige. Romel. Kahit na po, hindi PSDS.
Ma'am Dalen, nandito po ako. Oh, ready. Cluster 2, Ma'am Dalen. Good morning po.
Ayan si Ma'am Cecil, ma'am.
Ayan na. Ready na po ang cluster 2 para sa bata. Para sa bayan. Yan. Cluster 2. Handa na. Thank you po.
Yun po yung pwedeng mag-lead sa cluster 1. Yung line niyo po.
Ma'am Cathy.
Dito.
Yes po,
Ma'am
ako
Kat,
po ma'am. Okay lang po.
okay po. Pakibukas po
Okay
yung
na po camera.
natin.
Ay, nakabukas na po yung camera ko ma'am.
Ay, wala siya, ma'am.
Ay, wala siya. Nakabukas na po ma'am.
Balik na po.
O, sige na lang po. Okay lang po yan.
Okay lang po.
Basta nyo maririnig natin. Ready?
Okay po.
Ready po ulit ng cluster 1. Ready? And.
Para sa
Para
bata.
para sa
Para
bayan.
sa bayan. Cluster 1.
Thank you po. At pwede naman po bang tawagin po lahat ng ating mga EPSBR po. Ang maglilid po sa atin ay si Sir Paul. Sir Paul.
Hello, good morning, good morning. Okay, ready? Are you ready now, mga EPSVRs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so para sa bata,
Sa bata, para sa bayan,
para sa bayan, ang SDO handang-handa na sa pasukan.
handang-handa na sa pasukan.
Yay!
Thank you.
Muli po, magandang umaga po sa lahat. Thank you po. Mama Risa, wala kang mic.
Ma'am Marisa, I think you are
Okay.
muted.
So that is how you do a roll call. Handang-handa na, everyone, para sa pasukan. So thank you so much, Ma'am Dalen. Our online activity for the day has now reached one of its high points. So discussing the health and safety measures in place at the school for the start of new classes is essential given that the pandemic is still here. So help us now welcome Dr. Marilyn G. Manalo, our Medical Officer 3, to remind us of the aforementioned protocols. Give a round of applause to our Medical Officer 3, Dr. Len G. Manalo. Good morning.
Good morning po, Ma'am Marilyn.
Po, to our School Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Pozon, to our Assistant School Division Superintendent, Dr. Armando Capili and Dr. Selena Vega, to our SGOD Chief Education Supervisor, Dr. Noel Linsao, to our Chief CID, Dr. Paul Dipano, to all everyone present on this platform, a pleasant morning to all. The purpose of this reorientation is to provide clear and actionable guidance for safe operations of school through the prevention, early detection, and control of COVID-19 in schools. I believe education can encourage students to become advocates for disease prevention and control at home, in school, and in their community by talking to them about how to prevent the spread of virus. Maintaining safe school operations or reopening schools after a closure requires many considerations, but if done well, it can promote public health. We need your commitment and engagement for us to become successful in controlling COVID cases in our school. So to start with, we will discuss the DepEd required health standards for this opening of classes. Next slides, ma'am. In accordance with the DOH guidelines on the risk-based public health standards for COVID-19 mitigation and consistent with the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, the DepEd required health standards framework is mainly composed of 4 COVID-19 objectives. These include increased physical and mental resilience, reduced transmission, reduced contact, and reduced duration of infection. So dito po iikot lahat ang mga dapat natin gawin sa lahat ng offices and schools po. Ito po yung mga pinaka-summary kung ano po pwede natin gawin. Next slides po. For increased physical and mental resilience, The health and well-being of students and non-teaching personnel shall be protected. Measures for this include proper respiratory etiquette and hand hygiene and providing general welfare services such as information campaign on physical and mental well-being. So to increase mental resilience, it includes discussion and facilitation of modules related to mental health within the first week of return to school. So dito po tayo, nagkakaroon po tayo ng mental health and psychosocial support to all personnels and students and promotion of work-life balance. Work-life balance, kailangan po may mga exercise po tayo, no, kahit po piniperform po natin yung mga activities po natin. At least 60 minutes exercise po sa mga learners and 30 minutes po sa mga offices po natin. Dito rin po, dito sa increased physical and mental resilience, ini-indicate din po natin dito, ini-emphasize po natin yung proper respiratory etiquette. So kailangan po tuturuan po natin yung mga bata kung paano po yung proper kapag nagkakaroon po tayo ng ubo or kapag nag-sneezing po tayo. Usually po, napapansin po natin sa mga offices kapag po inuubo or binabahing, inaalis po nila yung face mask nila, tapos ginagamit po nila yung kamay nila. Mali po yun, ha, kasi po kapag inuubo tayo or binabahing, nagkakaroon po tayo ng mga droplets kapag gagamitin yung kamay, hindi tayo maghuhugas, nakakalimutan po natin. Marami tayong mga nahahawakan po mga surfaces. So ang proper po na gagawin po natin doon, no, kailangan po lumayo po kayo at least 1 meter and then gumamit po ng mga tissue or yung pong dulo po ng elbows po natin. Yun po yung gagamitin po natin kapag po nag-sneeze po tayo or inuubo po. Next slide po. Reduce transmission. This include transmission reduction controls which shall be developed towards ensuring personal and environmental hygiene. It ensured the proper wearing of the appropriate personal protective equipment by the students, teaching and non-teaching personnel, and visitors while inside the school premises. Continuous education campaigns and provision of adequate sanitation stations shall be employed. So dito po, i-emphasize pa rin po natin yung proper wearing po ng face mask. So hindi pa rin po natin yan aalisin. So kailangan po sa mga bata, i-introduce po natin kung yung face mask na gagamitin nila, it should be well fitted po and should be worn properly. Kailangan i-dispose, tuturuan nyo din po sila kung paano po mag-dispose po ng maayos. Although, napapractice na pa rin po natin to, pero marami pa rin po ang nag-aalis po ng face mask, lalo na po kapag kumakain po sila. Huwag po tayong masyadong maging complacent, no? Pinagbabawal pa rin po yung sabay-sabay na kakain. Kailangan po staggered po yung breaks po natin kasi mag-aalis po tayo ng face mask doon, din magkukwentuhan po tayo. Hindi natin alam na isa po tayo sa mga carrier po, asymptomatic carrier, then mahahawaan na po yung mga kasama po natin. So dito rin po ine-emphasize din po na kailangan po natin i-implement yung water, sanitation, and hygiene programs po natin sa school, yung WINS no? Doon po lahat nakapaloob na kailangan may adequate water supply po tayo, availability po ng mga soaps at saka alcohol po. Yung sa mga wash area po natin, dapat lagi pong may available na sabon doon. Huwag po natin itatago yung mga soaps sa mga classrooms. Then, dito po, to reduce transmission, tuturuan po natin yung mga estudyante po, yung mga learners po natin, no, kung paano po yung proper sanitation po. Kailangan po silang magdala ng sariling hygiene kits po nila, then mag-alcohol po sila pagpapasok po sa mga schools po. Next po, for reduced contact, physical distancing shall be enforced through administrative and engineering controls that guide students, teaching and non-teaching personnel, and visitors to prevent overcrowding. Susundan pa rin po natin yung at least 1 meter distance po. Lalo na ngayon po, halos marami na po ang papasok sa school. So, i-maintain po natin sa classroom yung physical distancing. Gagamitin pa rin po natin yung mga floor markers, visual cues and protective barriers po. Ito po as needed po siya. Then staggered scheduling para po ma-avoid po natin yung mass gatherings. Dito po sa reduced contact, kailangan po kapag po nasa break time po natin, no, hindi po sama-sama ulit. yung mga bata po nakakain. Doon sa mga upuan lang po nila kakain. Kung mag-open po tayo ng canteen, mamaya po i-discuss po natin kung paano po yung proper setup po sa canteen. So ito po nagawa na po natin before doon sa safety assessment po natin. So itutuloy pa rin po natin, i-maintain pa rin po natin yung traffic rules po sa school po para wala po nagkakabanggaan po. Next po. For the reduced duration of infection, appropriate case of detection, contact tracing, quarantine and isolation measures shall be in place. Yung contingency plans pa rin po natin, i-apply po natin, and coordination with its LGU for alignment of surveillance and referral protocols such as contact tracing, COVID-19 testing, quarantine, isolation, or treatment. Kailangan din po natin mag-conduct ng regular cleaning and disinfection po sa mga classrooms po natin. So, dito po, kailangan din po natin dito yung sa improvement po ng mga clinics po natin, establishment and setting of clinics para po sa health assessment and provision of first aid din po. Next po. So, sa school canteen and dining area po, in case na mag-open po yung school canteen, in case na hindi po mag-open yung school canteen, ang nire-require po natin, inform all students to bring their own healthy food and drinks po. As much as possible din po, magdadala sila ng mga sariling tubig po nila, no? Students shall not be allowed to leave the school premises to buy food and drinks. So, bawal po silang bumili ng pagkain sa labas, no? Kasi once na po pumasok yung bata, may isang entrance and exit lang po ang student. Once na pumasok po ang bata, ang next na labas na niya sa classroom is pag-uuwi na po sila. So bawal silang bumili naman pagkain sa labas. In case that the school intends to open their canteen, the personnel of the school canteen must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and shall wear face mask, hairnet, and apron to ensure food safety. Now, last Friday po, nagkaroon po tayo ng canteen orientation po kung ano po yung mga dapat gawin sa school opening po. Mas better din po na sana na-deworm na rin po yung mga school canteen personnel po pag mag-serve, pag mag-open po tayo ng canteen. Only packed food and drinks shall be allowed for selling po. Hindi po muna tayo pwedeng magtinda ng mga cooked foods po as of now para po ma-ensure po natin na wala pong outbreaks po ng diseases, foodborne diseases po. There shall be also staggered break time to lessen the number of students po doon sa canteen. So hindi po pwedeng magsabay-sabay po silang mag-break. Better po sana mag-post po sila ng mga guidelines kung ilan lang pong pwede na pumasok sa canteen para at least po hindi po tayo magkaroon ng overcrowding. Sa canteen din po, in-emphasize namin last Friday kung kakain po sila, at least po sana yung mga table nakaharap po sa mga walls para wala pong harapan yung mga kumakain, or pwede pong alternate po, no? Hindi alternate yung mga upuan po para hindi po sila magkakaroon ng crowding. Next po. So, physical arrangements po when it comes to classroom, we should ensure proper ventilation. Kaya lang, as much as possible po, nakabukas po yung mga bintana po, no? Natural air po ang kailangan po natin para po magkaroon po ng magandang flow po sa loob ng classroom. Diniscuss na po natin before yung kung paano po yung arrangement po natin sa mga classroom. Ifa-follow pa rin po natin sila kapag maliit po yung classroom, at least maximum of 20 students po, 20 to 30 students. Pero kapag malaki po yung classroom, maximum of 40 learners po. Ngayon po kung lahat po magwa 100% na po at papasok po lahat ng mga estudyante, at least ma-follow po yung 1 meter distance pa rin po sa loob ng classroom at mas maraming electric fan po, mas better po. Next. For the detection and referral, teachers shall conduct daily rapid health assessment in the classroom. All personnel shall report to their immediate supervisors if they are experiencing flu-like symptoms. So itutuloy pa rin po natin yung health assessment po natin, yung health declaration po natin, no? Pwede po natin itong gawin ulit po dun sa entrance po, provided marami po ang nandun po dun sa entrance, para po hindi po tayo magkakaroon ng mahabang pila po sa labas. Next po. Regarding naman po sa mga hindi pa po naka-vaccine, yung mga dati po nare-required po natin na magpa-RT-PCR, since alert level na 1 po tayo, na-waive na po yung testing requirements po no, sa mga teachers po. Lahat po ng mga hindi pa po vaccinated, no, hindi na po natin sila nire-required na magpa-test po ng RT-PCR or antigen test. Pero pag nag-alert level 2 po, babalik po ulit tayo dun sa requirement po na lahat ng mga government officials po kailangan po na mag-RT-PCR. Nire-required pa rin po natin na magpa-vaccine po lahat for the safety of everyone po, lalo na po yung mga students po na, yung mga learners po natin na magpa-participate po sa face-to-face, as much as possible po sana vaccinated po sila kasi nakita nyo naman po na malaki po yung benefits po ng vaccine po sa pandemic po na nararanasan po natin ngayon. Next po. So ito po yung bagong protocols po natin in case po na magkaroon po tayo ng cases sa loob po sa school po, no? Pag asymptomatic close contact po, fully vaccinated, wala pong symptoms at na-vaccine na po sila hanggang booster, hindi na po nila kailangan mag-quarantine, no? Pero kapag partially vaccinated, kung hanggang first dose lang po or hanggang second dose lang po yung na-receive po natin, at least 14 days po from exposure po. So yung mga kina-quarantine po natin, i-reiterate ko lang po, within 24 to 48 hours na na-expose po sila dun sa pasyente. Beyond po doon na wala po silang symptoms, hindi po sila considered as close contact na po. Regarding po sa mga asymptomatic pero confirmed case, ito positive po sila, pero wala po silang symptoms, yung fully vaccinated, at least 7 days lang po. 7 days po yung isolation na ginagawa po natin. Pag partially vaccinated or unvaccinated, ibig sabihin po nito yung naka-first dose lang sila or hanggang second dose lang po sila, 10 days po yung isolation po nila. Kapag symptomatic po, pag may symptoms po sila or mild symptoms po or confirmed, pag fully vaccinated, 7 days po yung isolation nila. Pag partially vaccinated or unvaccinated, at least 10 days po yung quarantine po nila. After 10 days, kapag wala na po silang symptoms, pwede na po silang bumalik sa school. Symptomatic suspect with moderate symptoms and severe symptoms. Yung mga moderate symptoms po, ito na yung mga maplema po, no? Sobrang taas po ng lagnat. Pakibalik po dun sa slides. Sa last slides. Hello? Ayan po. Yung moderate symptoms po, ito po yung may mga ubo po, maplema, no? May mga lagnat po, no? Nagtatae, sumasakit yung ulo. At least 10 days po yung kanilang isolation po. Regardless po kung fully vaccinated sila or partially vaccinated. Doon sa severe naman po, ito yung mga naka-confine na po sa hospital, nadala po sa ICU. 21 days po yung isolation po nila, no? Regardless po kung fully vaccinated po sila or partially vaccinated po. Then babalik po sila sa school, kailangan po meron po silang mga negative na RT-PCR test po. Next po. So additional health and safety measures. So kailangan po lahat, even teachers po and lahat po ng mga students, kailangan magdala po sila ng mga personal hygiene kits po nila, no, such as alcohol, sanitizer, tissue paper, extra face mask, hand soap and hand towel, no. Pakisabihan na lang din po yung mga learners po natin, alam ko meron silang health kits. So gagamitin po nila yung mga yon, no, hindi lang po nila i-display sa loob ng classroom. Stay home when not feeling well. Ito po, kailangan po natin itong i-implement. Kapag po may mga symptoms na po kayo like konting sipon, konting ubo, kailangan po mag-isolate na po kayo. Within 3 days po, na hindi po nagtuloy-tuloy po yung ubo po ninyo, pwede po kayong bumalik na sa school. Pero kapag after 3 days po, nandun pa rin po yung mga symptoms po ninyo, advice po na magpa-antigen test or RT-PCR test. No, kasi po yung simpleng simpleng sipon, no, hindi po natin alam, signs na po pala siya ng COVID. Marami na po kayo nakakausap. Ang mangyayari po, mas maraming na-expose, mas stop na naman po yung face-to-face classes po natin. One entry, one exit per day policy for students. So, ibig sabihin po nito, pagpasok po ng estudyante ng umaga, ang next na nalabas na po niya ng school, dismissal na po. No? So, hindi po sila pwedeng lumabas po ng school premises. Kung bibili po sila ng tubig sa labas, hindi po pwede. Kailangan pag pumasok siya, ang next po niya is uuwi na po. Screening at entry point. So, dito po, magkakaroon pa rin po tayo ng mga triage. Then, i-emphasize pa rin po natin dito yung wearing of face mask, accomplishment po ng health declaration and presentation of accomplished health declaration form. Titignan nyo po sila, no, kung may mga nilagay po sila doon na expose po sila para doon pa lang po sa entrance is hindi na po sila papapasukin mismo sa classroom. Then magkakaroon pa rin po tayo ng body temperature check. Doon sa entrance po natin, pwede pa rin po tayong maglagay po ng temperature doon. Pero sa classroom po, i-confirm pa rin po natin. Uulitin ko po, 37.5 degrees po kapag ang normal temperature po natin kapag tumaas na po siya doon 37.6 at imo-monitor po natin sila ulit doon sa isolation area po natin. Maximize and improve natural ventilation in all rooms and common areas. Follow pa rin po natin yung sitting plan assigned to the students kasi magsisilbi po yung na contact tracing po natin. Hindi po allowed ang smoking and vaping sa loob ng school po. Students shall be reminded to observe proper water, sanitation, and hand hygiene protocols po. Dito po yung sa implementation po ng WINS. And then encourage to complete COVID-19 vaccination to all learners, teachers po, and non-teaching personnel. Sa ngayon po, ini-encourage ko po na magpa-second booster, first or second booster po tayo para mas tumaas po yung immunity po natin. No? Kasi yung first and second vaccine po natin, medyo bumababa na po yung antibodies po natin. Kaya mas kailangan po na magpa-booster na po tayo kapag schedule na po natin. Next po. Yun na pala. Yun lang po. Thank you everyone po. Thank you and stay safe and healthy.
That is a very informative talk, Dr. Manalo. Thank you very much po, Doc. And rest assured that we are going to keep all of your reminders into our hearts. So napakahalaga talaga, Ma'am Marisa, no, na pangalagaan ng ating kalusugan. At since nandito pa ang COVID-19 pandemic, kailangan pa rin nating mag-ingat, no, at i-ensure na sumusunod tayo sa mga regulations, sa ating mga protocols, sa ating safe na pagbubukas ng ating mga paaralan.
Yes,
So, Ma'am
partner.
Marisa, we now
So-
all have
Yes,
the
partner.
same
So
priority.
so we advise our viewers to listen carefully, take down notes, and do some screenshots para sa mga important details po na i-discuss ng ating mga speakers ngayong araw. Hindi lang tayo nagre-ready for our classrooms, but we also need to prepare ourselves psychosocially, sabi nga natin, mentally, so that we could hit our target this school year, 2022-2023. Sir Jonathan?
That's correct, Ma'am Marisa. No? And we also wish to advise our colleagues sa mga schools na kapag hindi nila napanood itong virtual orientation na isinasagawa natin right now, they all have the chance to go back to our FB live stream sa ating DEPED Tarlac Province FB page. At this point, we all have the same heartbeat as we hear Dr. Ronaldo A. Pozon, our beloved Schools Division Superintendent of DEPED SDO Tarlac Province, deliver his fervent message to all of us. Sir Pozon, good morning po, sir.
Good morning to everybody. Yes, thank you for your presence in this pre-school opening orientation. Orientation as it is because we will be giving you a lot of guidelines, a lot of reminders, and a lot of things to be observed as we go on with the opening of the school year 2022-2023. I hope you are hearing me loud and clear because I will be speaking slowly just to emphasize some things that I need to let everybody know because as we know it that in times like this, the division office, the district supervisors, the assistant superintendents, everybody else receives a lot of messages which are good and the other way around. So just a gentle reminder to mahina. Mahina daw yung aking voice, sabi ni ano, is it what can I do so that my voice would be loud enough?
Sir, clear naman po, sir. Clear naman.
naman. Okay, I was
Apo.
given a sign by Cedric na mahina daw, sabi niya eh. So I hope you could hear me. Okay, so I was just saying that these reminders are very important because we will be bombarded. We would like to eliminate those a lot of complaints, a lot of things that reaches us. That's why we are giving you these gentle reminders through this orientation from all the speakers who are assigned to do their job. This is also at the same time meet the promo because you will be meeting everybody in this platform. You will meet the different speakers giving you different topics, and here are some of the things that I would like to emphasize, my dear school heads, especially teachers. First, Brigada activity is on in our school. It is still ongoing. They say it's a year-round activity. Number one, things that you must do, especially school heads and teachers. Please post in a very conspicuous place names of all your donors, be it cash or in kind. Put their name, put the amount, so that everybody will see and all your donors would see that their donations were properly accounted for. I am sorry to say this because I have been receiving some notes, gentle reminder as well from our benefactors na nagbigay daw sila ng ganitong amount but it was not notified, it was not announced, it was not known that they have given, and I don't like people to be suspecting something bad about us in the Department of Education. Some also said that they gave some pails of paint to be used in the school, but they only saw pail of paints. Please let us all list down the quantity, the amount, and everything that we receive for our school so that our donors, our benefactors will not be tired in helping us in the Department of Education, especially in the preparation of this opening of our schools. This is the time that we have to show that we in DepEd really acknowledge everything that these people give us because they're given to our learners and to our schools, and we are just the channels of it. Another reminder, please keep the line of your communication, especially to your parents, to your stakeholders, and everybody else in the community who has a hand, who has an interest, who has a stake in education, so that whatever problems that may arise or challenges that may come at your own very level, it will be solved. And another reminder, again, teachers, school principals, district supervisors, division supervisors, assistant superintendents, and the superintendents, yours truly, let's just be very, very careful in expressing our desire for our stakeholders to be invited as donors. We might be misconstrued as asking too much. Asking too much. And literally, people sometimes process things differently. I'll give you some example. Halimbawa, si Madam Teacher Uy, ang dami mong halaman, pahingi naman para dito sa school. Magbigay ka naman. Baka mamaya i-text nila kayo sa akin, Sir, si Madam Marisa Damian nanghihingi po ng halaman. Bakit po? Oh, be careful with that. I'm sorry, Marisa. Is example lang yun. Alam ko naman safe akong gawin kang example. Oh, or sabi nila, oh, sir, si Sir Jonathan, kung makapag-utos na magpintura po kami doon sa school, bakit naman ganun po, sir? Parang wala naman kaming ginagawa. Okay. You just extend the invitation. Invite them. If they come, thank you and acknowledge them, post their names and all their contribution, whether it be in kind or in cash or in labor or in batarisan and everything, this will make our stakeholders and everybody else happy, because not everybody can give the same thing or material or resources, but it can be in a very different forms. Let us keep our school, our classroom, be happy, and let us start it with ourselves. It will go out from yourselves to your parents, to your stakeholders, and eventually to our learners. Let's keep them safe, because as we start this school year, whether we like it or not, the direction is we will be going to the full face-to-face classes. We were given allowance from August, September, October, November, and then we will go on full blast on face-to-face classes. Those who will go on face-to-face right away, 5 days, face-to-face, it's okay. You know better your places. But always inform your community about it. Engage your barangay officials because they are our partners. Engage the LGUs. Engage your neighbors in the school and everybody else. Engage everybody, that everybody will be informed of what's going on with our school. Take note also that during the time that your learners will be going home from the school, request the barangay officials to assist in the efficient flow of your learners in coming in and going home to their homes. And I remember the power of our parents. Once you will make them feel that you truly care so much for their learners, our learners, I should say, who are their children. Remember the saying, the most beautiful child in the world is my child. Whoever messes with my child will mess with me first. Dadaan muna kayo sa akin. Ganon ang mga magulang. But whoever love my child, I will love them more. Tandaan nyo yun. Because our children will always speak when they reach home how good their teacher is, how kind and how nice you are, the kind of words that you give or you deliver inside the classroom. Everything will be remembered by our learners. Because I bet you yourselves, like me, I remember still during the first day of my school in grade 1, the facial expression of my teacher during that day, how she called my name first day, how we sang Bahay Kubo, and all other things. I remember that well. And first day of school will be a defining moment for our learners. That's why we are giving this orientation. Another, of course, I know we have a lot of needs in our classrooms. We have a lot of needs for more teachers, for more resources, but the government can only give that much because, more than 2 years of a very slow economic activity caused by COVID-19 pandemic is a very big blow that we all have to undergo, we have to go through. There's a lot of challenge that will be experienced by the Department of Education as we open our schools. One, I will go ahead. I will give you some previews about it. Your LGUs, our LGUs, from the barangay captain up to the mayor, up to the governor, they have a very big problems as regards finances because they will be experiencing that almost 15% reduction in their budget. And I was able to talk to some of the mayors. You know, this almost 15% reduction in their budget is transmitted into millions of pesos. Halimbawa, sa Kapas, it was 82 million reduction in them. Yung sa Mayantok, because they were here yesterday, that's 32 million reduction. All our LGUs suffered. Well, because it's a way of the government to make things flow so that we will survive. And I would like you, my dear family members in DEPED Tarlac province, that we shall support our LGUs because they are our partner agencies in the delivery of public service. If before the pandemic, we were able to secure some resources that they could possibly afford, maybe this time, if they could not give what we needed, don't feel bad. And don't take it against them because their budget has been reduced. And I asked all the mayors that one day they will find a time to conduct educational campaign for this, to explain to everybody that this is what is happening. That this is what is happening. We in the division office know that you have your needs of our classroom repair, construction of new buildings, more teachers. We are doing our work very, very hard. Our silence doesn't mean that we are not doing anything. We are just working quietly because in silence, there is always a lot of wisdom. Just keep throwing to us or submitting to us your requests, your needs, and we will try to do harder. But if we can only give this much or this little, always say thank you because that's all we can afford. Our engineer is filled with a lot of requests for classrooms repair. If we could give them full, thanks God. If we could give them a little, still thank you God because we could give a little. If we could not give, at least thanks God. It means we needed more and we have to work harder for it. Second, that I would like you to remember, I would like to congratulate you, my dear principals, district supervisors, and everybody else who will be going with the dance of movement or transfer from one station to another. This is something I would like to inform you. And I hope this will give you a sweet smile like the smile I saw in the face of Madam Maris just now. Okay, this is what is happening. Before I talk, there was a call to me that they will be coming here to submit their petition, their manifesto, the request, and everything for the retention of the principal, for the retention of the district supervisor. And you know, it makes my heart grow fonder. This kind of letters, this kind of request makes me very, very happy. Do you know why? These people are asking for your retention. Yay, palakpakan natin ang mga sarili natin. Why do they want you to be retained in your schools or in your district? It only means one thing to me. It only means one thing to me. You're good. You're excellent. You're doing your best. Even those principals which I have not visited in the far-flung places, in the different towns, in the different districts, your LGUs, your parents, some of your teachers are coming requesting for your attention. And it gives me a wide smile in my face, making my chinky eyes lost because of my sweet smile. Congratulations, my dear school heads. Congratulations, my dear district supervisors. You did your job even without us seeing you, even without us visiting you, even without us monitoring and evaluating you. congratulations. You have my high salute because you're doing your job well. And it is this very reason your job well done, but let us also let the others taste the quality that you have. Spread the butter, as they say. At wala akong natanggap dito sa Tarlac na sulat na pinipetisyon or pinapaalis si district supervisor or si principal. Napakalaking bonus po sa akin yon. Ibig sabihin, mahuhusay kayong Tarlaceños. Kaya lagi yung sinasabi kay Sir Arman and Ma'am Selina, ang sarap maglingkod sa Tarlac with this kind of atmosphere, with this kind of culture, that you Tarlaceños are there in your heart and in your mind. Sabi ko sa mga nagre-request, I could understand you because I was once a principal. I know how it feels to be seeing a principal working, but all your principals are good, all the district supervisors, sige, give them the chance to let you taste their quality, their excellence. And still, there is another movement, o kung gusto niyo pa rin, you can always go back to your places if that pleases you. I will allow you to talk among yourselves, district supervisors, officers, PESPA officers, kayong mag-usap, even TASA, pag may movement, okay, you talk. Then you come to us, kung sinong pupunta dito, pupunta doon. We will engage you a lot. We will consult you because it is at this sharing family council, as we call it, or as I call it, that we become more united and we become loving with each other. And that's the danger of it. Alam niyo bakit? When we become one happy big family, loving one another, sometimes saying goodbye is so hard. You know that, my dear principals, my dear district supervisors, my dear me and Sir Arman, Sir Ma'am Selina, goodbye, saying adieu to a certain place because as we finish our term or tour of duty, as I call it, we need to serve other places as well. But there will always be welcome for the second time. Kaya ulitin ko po ha, I take it in a very nice way that people are coming to me asking for your retention. It makes me very happy because you're doing your job well. Okay, so that's second. Third, problems, or I will not just call it problems, I will just call it a challenge, because to me, we do not have a problem, we will never have a problem if we will not consider a problem to be a problem. So what's the problem? No problem. It's just a learning in progress. Okay? So the third is, these challenges keep on coming to us. Let's manage it well. Let's us always be sober, be magnanimous in handling all these challenges. Gaya ng kanta ni Diana Rose, we should always hold on together because by holding on together, there is a strength not only in number, but also in spirit. And of course, by having a very strong spirit, our faith is also strengthened. And the way we deliver services to our clientele shall always be the best. Remember that. Okay? So I will hold on with you. I will listen. If by chance I will be lost, maybe may problema ang aking internet. At the end of the day, if you have the chance or we have the time for open forum, I will just get in. I just don't know what's the time because at 3 o'clock, I will also have to present my OPCRF. And there's one thing I found out and I discovered last night. You know, when I was doing a little personnel accounting, I was surprised. You know why? Those who has been reclassed from head teacher 1 up to principal 4, it's almost 400 Tarlaceños who have experienced or have undergone this reclassification. Not counted pa dyan, except yung teacher 1 who become teacher 3, teacher 2 who become teacher 3, and all those things. more than or almost 1,000 yun. So, ang laki, ang dami. So, Tarlaceños, let's hold on, keep it up. I'm not happy with that 400. Dagdagan pa natin ha, mga PSDS, please look at your school heads, those who deserves to be there, help them be reclassed, and alam niyo po, we are creating a lot of schools in Tarlac, and we cannot do otherwise because this is the trend. The population of our school age learners are growing. So I would expect I will be receiving text na, sir, more than 15 na po yung klase po sa classroom ko. Sir, ang dami na po namin, dumami na po kami, dumami na po. This is normal. This is normal. And we could not immediately give classroom for the extension of this. And at this point in time, that the ingenuity of the school head, the principal at that comes in. That ingenious principal will always have an answer to every question or every challenge that comes along her or his way. And if you think you needed technical assistance from us, and then si Ma'am Marisa, at saka si Sir Jonathan, and everybody else in the division office, we are just a text away. God bless us all. Congratulations, my dear DEPED family members, for being so excellent in the delivery of your services that cause your clientele to keep you on their hands. But sabi ko nga, life must go on because that's the rule that DEPED has given to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Poson. Let's hold on together. There is unity in strength. Let's continue to be united with our common purpose, with our common goal, para sa bata, para sa bayan. Sabi nga ni Sir, have a strong spirit and bring out the best service para sa ating clientele. So thank you very much, Sir Poson, for your kind and uplifting words to all of us. Thank you for your guidance as always. With the wealth of inspiration from you and all our superiors in DEPED Tarlac, we are more than prepared to face the upcoming school year, this school year 2022-2023. Thank you very much po, Sir Poson. So now let's hear from Dr. Noel Elinsao, our Chief Education Supervisor of School Governance and Operations Division, to go over the highlights of the Regional Memorandum Number 460 Series of 2022. Let's give a round of applause to our SGOD Chief, Dr. Noel Elinsao. Good morning, sir.
Good morning and thank you, Ma'am Marisa and Sir Jonathan, to our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Poson, our two ASTSS, Ma'am Maria Sidina Vega and Sir Arman Capili, and our CID Chief, Sir Paulino Dipano, to all our education program supervisors, public schools district supervisors, fellow school heads, and fellow teachers, a pleasant good morning to all. So today we'll be discussing the highlights of the Regional Memorandum Number 460, Series of 2022, and that is the monitoring and evaluation of Plan Balik Eskwela for 2022. So the Regional Memorandum was issued by our Regional Director in response to the opening of the classes come August 22, 2022. So let's first have the objectives. So what are the objectives of this memorandum? So the activity aims to, number one, ensure the effective implementation of the K-12 curriculum amidst the challenges posed by the pandemic. Number two, it provides necessary information and technical assistance on how to manage school readiness and certain situations involving COVID-19 and other infectious diseases. And number three, is to oversee the school preparedness and smooth transition from various models of teaching to in-person classes. Okay, so next. Please be reminded on this, okay? It is now stated in Regional Memorandum number 164. And this is about prohibiting lavish food preparations and token giving in the conduct of the school monitoring and other related official activities. So there will be some monitors who will be coming to our schools for the next two weeks, and please be reminded on this, no? Prohibiting lavish food preparation. We can prepare food, but not so lavish. So one solid, one liquid would do. Okay. So next. Now, this will now be the monitoring form that tool that will be used by our monitors. So the division, the school head, and then the contact number. And what is needed here for letter A, for the school enrollment. So be ready with the figures from if you're in elementary, so kinder down to grade 6. If you are on the secondary, that is grade 7 to grade 12. So you have to be prepared and get ready of this data. So total number of enrollment for school year 21-22 and total enrollment for school year 22-23. That will be as of August 22. And also be able to know the number of learners per modality. How many grade, like say for example, grade 1, out of 100, how many are in person, how many are taking the modular, and how many are online. So this is these are the data that are needed in the monitoring. Okay. So next, letter B. The letter B is for school resources. Again, grade level, and then what is the teacher ratio? And then what is the textbook ratio? What will be the classroom ratio and the seat ratio? So I would like to suggest to all school heads, to all teachers that before or August 22, more or less you are now ready with these figures, okay? So that when the monitors would be coming to the school, you are now prepared to give this data. Again, for school resources, so we have the teacher ratio, the textbook ratio, classroom ratio, and the seat ratio. And for letter C, the other available learning resources or materials. Again, what is the learners SLM ratio? What are the learners LAS ratio and the tablet ratio? And then yes or no, availability of radio, TV, OTG, etc. Okay. Next. For other requirements, okay, so these are some this will be the indicators for the other requirements. You have your learning recovery plan, your SSAT compliance certificate, posted class or teachers program aligned to DO number 21 series of 2019 and DO number 34 series of 2022. Do you have your daily lesson logs or daily lesson plan? Have you conducted orientation on DEPED Order number 34 series of 2022 to teachers and parents? And has your school DRRM coordinator organized online orientation and learning session to teachers on how to conduct psychosocial support activities? And the last one is, have you provided psychosocial support to learners? So they will be asking you these indicators, and be ready with the necessary documents if you have this kind of documents, no? So for school heads, we hope that you will be able to have the indicators, no? All yes. Okay? So that is, you are now ready for the opening of the school year. Okay, next. Letter E will be the issues and concerns from parents, learners, and teachers. So they will be asking for issues and concerns. They will be probably they will be interviewing our parents, some of our learners, and some of our teachers. Okay, what are the issues and concerns? What action have you taken? And from the action taken, what will be the remarks? Were you able to resolve the issue and concern, or remain it unsolved, or referred to higher authorities? And then you will be affixing your signature, the school head, and likewise the monitor in charge of Tarlac province. Okay, next. Now, this is now the Oplan Balik Eskwela schedule and monitoring teams. So we belong to Cluster 9, and under Cluster 9, we have two divisions, Tarlac and Tarlac City. The monitoring dates will be from August 22 to 26, 2022, and the regional office team will be composed of Ma'am Ruth Jimenez, Ma'am Rosalinda Ibarra, and Sir Edwin Marcos. On the following week, okay, that will be on August 30 to September 2, 2022, another set of regional office team will be coming to the division, and composed of Ma'am Lebrada Rubio, Sir Arlon Cadiz, and Sir Rafael Rubio. Now, Regional Memorandum number 465, series of 2022, is the correhendum to Regional Memorandum number 460. This is monitoring and evaluation of Oplan Balik Eskwela, or OBE, because there will be no monitoring on August 29, 2022, since it is a holiday and it's National Heroes Day. So again, I would like to reiterate, during the conduct of the monitoring, it is not only the regional office team who would be having the monitoring on the conduct of our opening of the school year. It's also, it will be the responsibility of our public schools district supervisors, our education program supervisors, and the superintendency. So expect, because I think with the composition of the regional office team, they will not be able to monitor all the schools, 500 of that, no? So that be ready for the monitoring. And in view of this, again, we would like to emphasize and give this information to all of you, fellow teachers and fellow school heads, that since we'll be opening the school year next on Monday, it is expected that all of us will now be wearing the official uniform from Monday to Thursday. I think there will be no problem with that, because we were given ample time, very, very ample time, to prepare for our uniforms. And we cannot say that we don't have uniforms for this school year, because we are recipients of our clothing allowances. So with that, during Fridays, you can wear your school uniform, t-shirt uniform. But be sure, from Monday to Thursday, we will now be wearing our official DepEd uniform. So with that, thank you, and see you next week for our monitoring. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Noel Lensao, our Chief Education Supervisor for School Governance and Operations Division. To further elaborate the DepEd Orders 34 and 35, Series 2022, we are very pleased to hear from our Chief Education Supervisor of the Curriculum Implementation Division, Dr. Paulino D. Depano. Let us all give him a virtual round of applause.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Sir Jonathan and now Madam Marisa. Good morning. So good morning, Tarlac. Now good morning, everyone. So may respect our schools division superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo A. Pozon, and of course, no, to our 2A SDSS, Madam Selena Vega and Sir Armand, our SGOD Chief, Sir Noel Linsao, of course, our unit heads no, in the division of Tarlac, no, SDO Tarlac, of course, our EPSVRs, our district supervisors, the school heads, department heads, teachers, no, non-teaching and teaching personnel, of course, no, our visitors, perhaps, no, marami pong nandyan, mga parents, no, our stakeholders, no, again, good morning po sa inyong lahat. Ang una po na makikita natin, no, especially if we are preparing no, for the school year, of course, no, we have to see no, or determine no, the school calendar and activities. And I know our EPSVRs, our PSDSS, our school heads, department heads, no, have already seen no, the school calendar no, for school year 2022-2023. Kaya nga, no, ang sabi nga nila dapat no, nauuna ang DepEd dahil kailangan magiging victorious ang DepEd at para dito ay love kayo ng DepEd. For this morning, no, I would like to tackle about DepEd Order number 34 series of 2022, school calendar and activities. Okay, so now what is the importance now of school calendar? Now, if we have this school calendar, now we can see now the activities or the tasks now that we have to make no, so that each of the day that we spend no, during the school year now will be of a good flow. So next slide, please, Miss Carla. So here are the dates not to remember. No? So I suggest that every school head, no, every PSDS or teacher now must have a copy of this calendar. No? So that this will serve as your guide no, in moving no, forward no, the number of school days or the school days that we have to spend no, this school year. So take for example, in this one, no, we have the dates and the activity. So it is now very clear that August 22, no, that is now the opening of classes and start of academic quarter 1. So September, no, start of career guidance orientation for grades 9, 10, 11, and 12. And here comes October, no, October 27, 28, 2022. This is now the first quarter examination. So, no, kahit na hindi ko na isa-isahin ang lahat ng naririto as to the dates ang activity, no, these no, dates must be remembered no, and kailangan no, I suggest na itong mga ito ay meron kayong kopya, mailagay po doon sa table nyo if no, you can make it print na mas maliliit nito no, so that you can put that no, on top of your table para mag-guide po kayo, no, ay pwede po nating gawin. No, so that in every month na papasok ay nakikita ninyo kung ano ang mga activities na nakalagay no, sa ating calendar. Take for example, for October, nandiyan na pala yung not grade 10. No, for SY 2021-2022 accreditation and equivalency test A and E. So November 5, end of academic quarter 1. So makikita ninyo no, na ito na pala, no, ang mga dates for these activities. Here comes November 7, start of academic quarter 2, November 12, parent-teacher conference, distribution of cards. So next. So we have here November 12, parent-teacher conference, November that is Philippine Educational Placement Test, no, or the PEP. This is a program, no, for our students, no, who will take, no, the PEPT. Then December 19, 2022 to January, start of Christmas break. Wow, nandiyan na yung Christmas break, no? Then January 4, 2023, resumption of, no, classes. January 26, 27, 2020, second quarter examination. Okay, next. So here comes now January 26 to 27, second quarter examination. Then February 3, 2023, end of academic quarter 2. February 6 to 10, mid-year break. Ayan. No, February 13, 2023, start of academic quarter 3. February 18, 2023, parent-teacher conference, distribution of cards. So in this, no, itong mga dates po na ito, which is really very important, no, for us, no, para nakikita po natin ang date ng ating mga activities. So next we have okay, so here comes now April 2021. Now this is now third quarter examination. April 28, 2023, end of academic quarter 3. April, now we have now administration of ELLNA or the ELNA for NAT 6 and 10. Here comes now May 2, 2023, start of academic quarter 4. For May 6, parent-teacher conference, distribution of cards. And May, now we have again now the National Career Assessment Examination. Okay, next slide. So June 22 to 23, fourth quarter examination, no, final examinations for grades 6 and 12. For June 29 to 30, fourth quarter examination, final examination for grades 1 to 5 and 7 to 11. So June 2023, now we have again the early language literacy and numeracy assessment or the ELNA. We have the National Achievement Test for grade 6 and National Achievement Test for grade 10. Okay, next. Okay, so here are now the dates to remember, no? Parang ito na yung kabuuan yan or the summary for July 7, no? End of academic quarter 4, July 10 to 14, end of school year rights. July 17, start of remedial classes. July 2023, accreditation and equivalency tests. Then August 26, 2023, end of remedial classes. August 28, start of SY 23-24. June 28, 2024, end of 23-24. August 26, now 2024, start of SY 2024 to 2025, and June 27, 2025, end of SY 2024-2025. So, naka-advance na po, no, ang mga dates dito, and now if ever there will be changes, ay magkakaroon po naman yan ng memorandum. No, but this is now the memorandum issued, no, by our Secretary of Education, no, si Lady Sarah. Okay? Okay. So here is now or the number of days per month. No, so maraming nagtatanong kasi kung minsan, no, meron din nagtatali, sabing gano'n, no. That's why we have to see, no, the number of days, no, present in each of the month. No, you can see for August, now we have 7. No, September, that is 22. Then October 21, November 20, December 11. No, January, no, 20, February 14, March 22, April 18, May 22, June 21, July is 5, and the total is 203. Now, this is for school year 2022-2023. For the start is August 22, 2022, and will end on July 7, 2023. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is now the cover page content no, of the memorandum. So the Department of Education now issues the school calendar activities for school year 2022-2023 in accordance with its commitment now to the resumption of 5 days in-person classes despite the health crisis brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. So pursuant to Republic Act 11480, an act amending Section 3 of RA number 7797, otherwise known as an Act to lengthen now the school calendar from 200 days or not more than 220 class days. The school year 2022-2023 shall formally open on Monday, August 22, 2022 and shall end on July 7, 2023. It shall consist of 203 school days or as may be determined by further issuance or issuances in case of changes non the school calendar due to unforeseen circumstances. Next. Unless otherwise amended, now the period of school year 2023-2024 will start from August 28, 2023 to June 28, 2024. And SY 2024-2025 will be from August 26, 2024 up to June 27, 2025. So, no, parang advance na nailagay na po dito no ang starting ng 2023-2024 and 2024-2025. But no ang suggestion po namin dito no at least no nandito po sa ating memorandum, but now we will wait for another memorandum as per given no or released no by the central office no for this said no school years no that will be for school year 2024-2025 no or 2023-2024. So the learning intervention for alternative learning system no be reminded no our ALS shall formally open on the same day. Now, while the program duration will depend on the learner's educational background or existing knowledge level prior to enrolling in the ALS program. So, may take this opportunity to congratulate our graduates no, sa alternative learning system. They are having their graduation. No? I think cluster 4A, no? 4A, yesterday, no? Nakapag-graduate na po sila and ongoing po I think ang cluster 3 no, for the ALS graduates natin for elementary and junior high school. So I congratulate our PSDSS, no, our school heads, our DALSIS, no, and of course no, our mobile teacher no, for moving on no, kahit na in times of pandemic no, they are busy no mapping no searching no our ALS our school out of school youths and of course no yung mga bata na nag-drop na pwedeng makapag-aral sa alternative learning system. So congratulations no to ALS no our EPSAS no and our DALSIS and mobile teachers. So ngayon po ay kasalukuyan ng mga graduation nila and I think hanggang Friday yan, no, there will be a virtual graduation na magaganap, no, and meron ding mga face-to-face na graduation. So congratulations to all of you. So next slide, Miss. Okay. So private schools, no, and state, local universities and colleges may implement this school calendar. Now, provided they start classes not earlier than the first Monday of June and not later than the last day of August. So any deviation for the school calendar shall be reported to respective regional offices in advance. Now, I think now our private schools have given orientation regarding this, no, especially on the start of classes. Now, I know some of our private schools have started no, earlier, and of course, no, it was reported no, to our IPS. We are in charge of private schools, Sir Rolly, and it will be forwarded no, to the regional office no, for review no so that each of the private schools na nakapag-open ng early year ay no makatapos din doon sa date no doon sa activity no ng calendar po nila. Then the number of school days in this DepEd order shall solely be dedicated no, to academics and related co-curricular activities. The conduct of extracurricular activities shall be strictly prohibited. No? The list of co-curricular activities will be issued in a separate DepEd order. So, my dear school heads, my dear PSDSS, no more no or more dedicated to academics and related co-curricular activities. Okay, next. This department order shall apply regardless of the COVID-19 alert level imposed by the Interagency Task Force for Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or Department of Health in areas where schools are located. So, it is the aim no ng DepEd na lahat no ng mga bata natin, pupils, nor students will be catered no, but now we shall be very also kumbaga aware doon sa mga nangyayari sa ating mga paligid. Now if ever no there are cases no doon sa ating mga nasasakupan sa ating mga purok or places no you are no as the principal no as the school head no or the PSDS no shall now have a decision kung ano ang gagawin no by means of communication with IATF or RHU no with the LGU no yun po ang unang gawin natin. Huwag po nating ipagwalang bahala no ang mga cases na ganito lalo na no kung meron ng mga nag-spread na maraming cases sa mga purok natin. Now we have to follow no the protocol no at yung communication ay napakalaga no para sa no ating mga bata. And the implementing guidelines for SY 2022-2023 calendar activities are provided in closure number 1. So dito na po no nakita po natin kanina in this DepEd order. Okay, so next. In preparation for the opening of classes, Brigada Eskwela and Upland Balik Eskwela shall be conducted. Now focusing on information campaigns and strengthening partnership that complement the department effort to ensure quality basic education. No, kaya nga po maalala ko yung sinabi ni Sir Ronald, i-continue ninyo yung mga advocacies, no? Advocacies natin, no? Yung mga, if you can recall, no? May mga jingles pa tayo, mobile jingles na nagro-roam around the purok, no? So i-continue po natin yon so that we can encourage no all our pupils or our students no to enroll now no para makapag-enroll na tayo lahat na sila lahat then no, can see the final enrollment that we have no in the division. No, I think no ang ating enrollment ay mag-e-end up to August 22. No, but sometimes no there are late enrollees. No, if there are late enrollees, no, then we will accept them, no. Pero encourage po natin. That's why doon sa panahon ng enrollment ay nag-a-advocate po tayo. Ginagawa po na natin lahat ang ating mga kaya para lahat ng mga bata ay makapag-enroll na. Now, this DepEd order shall take effect immediately upon issuance and publication on DepEd website, and this is already released now by the DepEd Central Office. Okay, next. So general guidelines, no, the school year 2022-2023 shall formally start Monday, August 22, 2022, and end on Friday, July 7, 2023. Ayan. So, now because of the early release of these general guidelines, no, alam na alam natin kung kailan mag-e-end, no, ang 2020 to 2023. No, that will be July, no, 7. There shall be 203 days, no, RSB determined by further issuances in case of changes in the school calendar. No, inspection, tools, or any additional requirements to reopen, no, schools and to implement 5 days in-person classes shall be required except now for the compliance with the usual pre-pandemic regulatory permits and licenses as required by law or no ordinances. Okay, so may nagtatanong po na how about no the result of the SSAT? So the result of the SSAT po ay nandiyan na, and now we are happy na doon sa pag-prepare natin ng mga schools, no, you have kumbaga you have survived, no, kumbaga na nakapasa tayo, no, doon sa SSAT, and we are, no, we can proudly say that we are SSAT compliant, no. That's why kung meron yung mga ganon naka-receive, no, ng mga comments, no, na bakit pa mag-e-SAT, bakit pa ganyan, wala na, no. So you must be proud if you have the certificate, if you are an SSAT compliant, no, you must be prouder dahil nga no, prepared talaga ang ating mga classrooms or ating mga no, schools. Okay? Classes are immediately suspended during observances of regular and special national holidays, now as stipulated by the law, as well as local holidays which have been duly declared by law or presidential proclamation. Okay, the DEPED order now shall apply regardless of COVID-19 alert level that the Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases or the Department of Health may impose in the areas where the schools are now situated. In the alternative learning system, learning intervention shall be formally open on the same date, now August 22, 2022. The program duration will be dependent on the learner's educational background or existing knowledge level prior to the enrollment of the ALS program. No? Okay, next. Okay. So private schools and state, local universities and colleges, SUCs, local universities and colleges now offering basic education have the choice to implement or deviate from the school calendar. They may start classes not earlier than the first Monday of June and not later than the last day of August, as provided for under RA 11480. Any deviation from the school calendar shall be reported to respective regional offices. And of course, along with the updated school's learning continuity plan, reflecting the learning delivery modalities and class programs that will be adapted, and the school's proposed school calendar for school year 2022-2023. Preparation for SY 2020 to 23, of course, now we have the enrollment, Brigada Eskwela, then we have also yung mga those schools who will be implementing 5 days in-person classes, mga ganyan. So, reported po dapat yan, by their school heads. Now, but, excuse me, it is suggested that ang mga schools na mag-implement ng kumbaga blended, so will be also be reporting to the reported to the division office, para alam po namin ilan yung schools na hindi pa talaga nag full face to face, or meron pang mga blended modalities ang ginagamit. Okay, next. Okay. So ito po, tingnan po ninyo ito, recognizing the COVID-19 pandemic vis-a-vis the need to resume to 5 days in-person classes. The DepEd intends for schools to be given ample time no, to slowly transition, no, into it by implementing any of the following options. First, we have the 5 days of in-person classes. Then we have blended learning modality. Now, under that, we have the 3 days of in-person classes and 2 days of distance learning. Now, that is for modular, online, or television radio-based instruction. And thereafter, 4 days of in-person classes and 1 day of distance learning. So, no, ito po yung mga pwedeng gawin, no, if ever, no, the school head will decide, no, to have the blended learning modality. Now, for the schools, no, which are small, kung mga malaliit na schools natin na pwedeng i-accommodate na yung ating mga pupils, no, or students in person. So, yun na po ang gawin natin, no, so that, no, the pupils or the students, no, ay ma-familiarize na kaagad doon sa papasukan niyang school or, no, doon sa mga makikita niya, no, doon sa eskwelahan, no. So if we have the full distance learning, no, kung full distance learning naman, no, I think, no, kasali pa rin doon sa transition yan, no, but no, we suggest na magkaroon muna ng blended if doon sa transition na talaga ang pipiliin ng school head, no. The aforementioned option shall only be implemented by schools until October 31, 2022. So, no, nitong pagpasok natin ng August 22, no, to October 31, no, meron yung mga schools na in transition. Meron din naman mga schools na in full 5 days in person na. No, but doon sa mga magkakaroon ng blended learning modality, no, comes November, lahat na po ay pasok na lahat. No, kumbaga in person na po lahat ang, no, ang mga bata, no, papunta doon sa school. So I repeat, no, hanggang October 31, 2022, no, ang ating transition. Then by November 2, no, onwards, no, that will be full, no, in person or face-to-face classes na po tayo. Okay, next. Okay, so starting November 2, 2022, all public and private schools shall have transition to 5 days in-person classes. After the said date, the school shall be allowed to implement purely distance learning or blended learning, except now for those that are implementing alternative delivery modes. Okay, then the time allotment for in-person class hour shall be based on the following, no, Annex 1. Meron po tayong mga examples, no, ng mga time allotment, no, sa ating class schedule. Okay? Okay. So, here are some examples, no, ng ating time schedule, no, kindergarten time allotment, no. So you can see here, no, the activities, no, for kindergarten, daily activities, then time allotment, no, number of minutes daily. So ito po ay makikita natin doon sa DepEd order, no. Kailangan meron kayong DepEd order, copy ng DepEd order na ito so that the whole, no, of the content ay makikita po ninyo, no, ang mga ito. Okay, so meron po tayong mga samples diyan, no. Hindi ko na kailangan isa-isahin diyan, no. Kailangan kumuha po kayo, mag-print po kayo ng kopya. So i-kwan na natin. Sige, i-move muna Miss Carla para makita nila yung iba, no. There are some samples there. So kung makikita po ninyo, no, if you can see, no, yung mga number of minutes ay bumalik na sa dati. Okay? So kahit na doon sa ating elementary, sa junior high school, no, and senior high school, the number of minutes given, no, in each of the subject, no, ay bumalik na po, no, doon sa dati. That's why, no, during the pre-pandemic, no, pwede ninyong tingnan, no, yung mga class schedules ninyo. You try to compare if, no, merong nagbago dito sa ibinigay nilang sample natin, no, for this school year 2022-2023. Okay? So next, Miss Carla, mga next slides natin. Ayan. So, sige. Yes, na lang po, no? I-continue na po natin yung ng mga slides, no? Kung gusto po ninyong makitang mabuti, no? Try to have a copy of DepEd Order number 34 series of 2022. Okay, so Miss Carla, ituloy-tuloy mo na yung sa mga slides natin. Pag-move ng mga slides natin. May mga samples po yan, no? Marami po yan, no? For the 8 learning areas, ayan, no? Meron po tayo. Okay. So tingnan po natin dito, English, no? Learning areas, no? Time allotment. That is number of minutes per week, no? So composing of the learning areas, English, Math, Filipino, Science, Araling Panlipunan, Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Music, Arts, Technology, Homeroom Guidance, no? Special Curricular programs. Okay? Sige, Miss Carla, paki-pan mo na lang. So yan po yung mga samples natin ng ating mga schedules and number of minutes. No? In all learning areas po yan, meron po tayong mga samples. Okay, sige. Continue na, Miss Carla. So I suggest, no, sa ating mga school heads, no, or department heads, no, kung mag-prepare kayo ng mga class programs, no, this will be your basis, no. Tingnan po ninyo mabuti, no, sa ating mga areas, no, especially, no, sa ating mga department heads, no, sa junior high school and senior high school. Sa elementary, in general ay napaka kumbaga linaw, no, doon sa ating mga sa DepEd order, no, yung number of minutes na gugugulin po ng ating mga teachers and estudyante sa mga learning areas. Okay, so yan, sample po yan ng TVL, I think, no, in different strands and track. Okay. Continue na lang po, no, kasi kung ikukuhan po natin lahat yan, no, abutin po tayo ng hanggang mamayang hapon. Ayan. Okay. So, the transition to 5 days in-person classes presents learners with new stressors and challenges, no? So, parang maninibago kasi, no, ang ating mga pupils, ang ating mga estudyante. And of course, kahit na yung mga teachers, no, medyo maninibago yan, no? Meron yung iba na ayaw pang lumabas, meron yung iba na parang ayaw pang magturo in person, ayan, no? Kaya nga tinatawag nating transition. Now, this entails adjustment to the school environment, learning modality, and additional safety protocols, as well as managing the mix of pleasant and difficulty feelings. Hence, providing psychosocial support during the first week of the school year is imperative in promoting, protecting, and prioritizing the learner's socio-emotional well-being and developing their coping skills for this transition. No? That's why it is suggested that pagpasok po natin, no, sa next week, no, starting August 22, ayan, no, so teachers must be friendly. Ayan, no, kailangan very friendly po kayo, especially, no, to pupils na nasa key stage 1. Po, no? So yung mga nasa key stage 1, that is kindergarten, grade 1, 2, and 3, ayan, papasok po yung mga yan, medyo pa yan, mag-a-adjust, no? Sino yung mga makikita niya, sino yung makakasalubong niya, saan siya pupunta, no? Everything, no? Lahat, no, magiging curious, no? Curiosity ang nasa kanya. na yung feelings niya nandyan, no, kung ano ang gagawin niya, no, pagpasok sa eskwelahan. No, that is very important for key stage 1, no, kindergarten, grade 1, 2, and 3. And of course, no, yung 4, 5, 6 natin medyo kwan na yan, and of course 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, no, medyo adjusted na yan. Madali na lang pag-adjust, no, dahil nga no, meron na silang background, no, doon sa pagpasok ng sa school, no. But yung mga maliliit na bata, yan ang halos nagkakaroon ng adjustment, no, para doon sa pagpasok sa eskwelahan. Now that's why no, doon sa first day, ano ang pwedeng gawin, my dear teachers, no? So yun sinasabi ko, be friendly to our students, no? You welcome them, no? You introduce yourself, ayan. No? So you try to talk to them, no? Making stories mga para no hindi sila kaagad mabibigla no doon sa activities ng ating school. No, dapat 'yan no magpapakilala pa 'yan, no, introduction. So, 'yun po ang gawin natin, ano, wag po natin silang biglain. Now that's why no napakahalaga ng mood ng teacher, no, daan sa mga part na 'yan dahil kailangan na maibigay niya yung good impression no sa mga bata. Now, for the second day, ayan, so kung merong mga kailangan na sabihin sa kanila, no, how will they wash their hands, no, mga ganon, the policies, mga ganyan-ganyan. So yun po ang ibigay po ninyo. Then the third day, no, unti-unti tanungin na ninyo sila ano ang mga nalalaman nila, yan, mga prior learnings nila, yung mga ganyan, as you are getting ready now, no, for the competencies na pupuntahan po ninyo. Now then, no, if ever no meron nang ibibigay na diagnostic test, I think now the most appropriate time na magbigay ng diagnostic test ay yung last day ng next week or Thursday or Friday. Now if you have the prepared diagnostic test, no, ay magpa-diagnostic test na po kayo, no? Pero yung Lunes, Martes, Miyerkules, no, wag po ninyo silang biglain, no? Tingnan mabuti kung paano nating kunin sila, no, or i-encourage sila na pumasok, no, every day. No, yung bang gugustuhin ng bata na papasok na naman siya sa susunod na araw, then papasok na naman siya sa mga sumusunod na araw. No, that is giving encouragement, no, to our pupils or no, our students. Okay, next. Okay. So teachers shall adhere not to the stipulation under the number 8 series 2015, which requires the provision of intervention through remediation or extra lessons to learners who receive a grade of below 75. Ayan. So advance na pong sinasabi sa atin, no? Palagi naman natin nire-remind sa ating mga teachers, for example, no? During the first quarter ay nakita na ninyo na very slow ang bata, no? Teachers must give remediation or interventions, no, para maka-cope up siya doon sa mga susunod na learning activities ng bawat bata o grade level. So wag po nating pabayaan, no, if nakita natin na slow na yung bata, no, ano ba ang dapat na intervention or remediation na pwede nating ibigay sa kanila, no, para pagka napunta siya doon sa level na mas mahirap na yung ating yung mga competencies ay no, ready na po siya, no? To ensure that teachers perform their tasks, no, they must be spared of any administrative and finance related tasks, particularly in schools where qualified non-teaching personnel can be designated to perform such roles, no? Napakarami pong nananalangin dito, no? Idalangin po natin, no, na sana ay makapag-provide, no, na ang DepEd ng mga extra non-teaching personnel po natin na mapunta sa mga schools, ma-designate sa mga schools, no, para sila po ang humawak, no, sa mga non-teaching sa mga non-teaching activities na yan, lalo na sa mga pag-handle ng mga finances, no, pagkuhan ng mga iba't iba pang activities na hindi na kailangan sana, no, ang teacher ang humawak. So we pray, no, na makita yan, mabigyan ng sapat na panahon at mabigyan tayo ng mga extra non-teaching personnel na humawak, no, sa mga task na yan. Now we do hope and pray for it. Then next. Okay, so para sa mga nagtatanong, no, kung ano po ang gagamitin, kung yung dating curriculum K-12, no, or yung MELCS pa rin. Ang sagot po diyan, MELCS pa rin po, no, to all teachers, to all department heads, no, ang gagamitin po natin na curriculum po muna natin ay yung MELCS natin. No, unless otherwise, no, if there will be some memorandum which will be released now by the DepEd, then ipapalo po natin. But for the meantime, no, ito pong most essential learning competencies po ang ating, no, gagamitin. And, no, as said earlier, no, ang ating mga exit, no, assessment, no, yung ating mga tinatawag nating mga assessment areas natin, no, ay ibibigay pa rin ng BEA. Now, take for example, we have the ELNA, now we have the NAT, now we have the PEPT, no, halos nandun po sa ating calendar of activities po yon. No, that's why, no, sabi ko po kanina na kailangan merong kayong kopya noon para na gagayad po kayo dito sa mga activities na ito, no, especially doon sa pagbibigay ng assessment, no, ng Bureau of Assessment po natin. Okay, so next. Okay. So BEA, no, yun yung BEA natin, no, will administer the NCAI, no, to ascertain the learner's aptitude and interest. So nandiyan pa rin po ang NCAI na ibibigay ng BEA. For elementary school, shall administer the early childhood development checklist for kindergarten. So meron pa rin po tayong development, no, checklist for kinder. Then the Bureau of Alternative Education, the BAE, shall develop a policy on assessment, now for the ALS program in coordination with the BEA. Now ito po yung hinihintay natin sa alternative learning system, yung BAE, na siya po ang gagawa ng assessment, no, para sa ating mga ALS or alternative learning system. Of course, no, through the coordination of BEA pa rin, dahil, no, BEA pa rin po ang may task, no, doon sa pagbibigay ng, no, assessment sa ating mga learners. Okay? Okay, so nandiyan pa rin po yung ating mga reading inventories, yung PhilErie, yung pong ating sa Filipino and English, nandiyan pa rin po yung PhilErie. No? That's why hindi pa rin po, no, inaalis, no, yung pagbibigay ng PhilErie. And sa ating mga supervisors, no, please now have an earlier announcement, no, kung kailan ang pagbibigay ng pagkakandak, no, ng PhilErie. Okay? So next. Miss Carla, ayan. So on the other hand, the multi-factor assessment tool, no, ito ginagawa na po ito ng ating mga teachers or yung MPAT natin. No, shall be administered to grade 1 learners a month after the opening of classes. No, I think, no, ito ay dati nang ginagawa ng ating mga teachers, no, especially in grade 1. So meron pa rin po tayong MPAT or multi-factor assessment tool. Okay, next. Okay, so co-curricular activities are authorized, no, voluntary and non-graded, no, engagement, whether on or off campus, that reinforce the development of the 21st century skills beyond the schedule, contact time between teachers and learners. So ang mga co-curricular activities natin ay importante pa rin, ano po, no? Pero na ito ay hindi palagi, no, na pinagbabasehan ang extra grade, no, or waiting for each of the student, no. Meron po tayong guidelines diyan kung paano ang pagbibigay ng rating for the co-curricular activities. Then curricular activities are opportunities and experiences undertaken by the learners in the classroom, laboratories, workshops, and homes, as well as school-based and out-of-school activities conducted to ensure the learner's acquisition of K-12 learning standards and the 21st century skills. Okay, then next. Classes are immediately suspended during observances of regular and special national holidays. Parang na-take po natin yan kanina. Now, virtual activities through different social media platforms which require actions or sharing may be done for advocacy, awareness, or collaboration purposes, but shall not form part of learners' scholastic grade. Curricular and co-curricular activities that involve that involve the in-person gathering of a large number of participants, like the National Schools Press Conference, National Science and Technology Fair, National Festival of Talent, and other similar undertakings may be conducted in hybrid modality, subject to the declared alert levels of the country. So perhaps this will be given, no, more, kumbaga, mga extra guidelines, no, kung pwede tayong magkaroon ng mga activities, no, like press conference, no, technology, no, festival of talents, no, magkakaroon po naman yan ng mga DepEd orders if ever. Okay, next. Okay. So curricular activities shall be conducted during academic quarter to ensure that learners can seamlessly connect and integrate learning within and across learning areas while providing manageable breaks consistent with memorandum numbers. Suggested measures to foster academic ease now during the COVID-19 pandemic. So we must be guided, no, with these guidelines po. No, itong memorandum na ito, no, basahin natin ulit yan, no, para mag-guide po tayo, no, doon sa pagbibigay, no, ng mga activities, academic or co-curricular activities sa ating mga, no, estudyante. Okay, next. Okay, so ito palaging sinasabi ni Sir Eman, ano? So career guidance activities which may be conducted in person or hybrid, no, whichever is applicable, shall be conducted between August and December. Now, to guide junior high school learners in making informed choices on their preferred senior high school track, as well as senior high school learners in pursuing subsequent curriculum exits or tertiary education. Colleges and middle level school fairs, job fairs, business and entrepreneurship expos, and similar activities shall be conducted during the last quarter of the school year. So that is for career guidance, no, activities. That is between August and December. How about PTA? Now, parent-teacher conferences and report cards distribution shall be held not earlier than the second Saturday following the end of every quarter. Now, suggested dates for these activities are indicated in enclosure 2. So, meron na po tayo kanina doon sa ating calendar. Makikita natin, no, yung card day or parents day. Okay? And next. No, 5-day mid-year break. No, nandito na yung 5-year mid-year break. Now, the 5-day mid-year break shall be spent for the conduct of mid-year performance review and evaluation and the school-based inset. The first 2 days shall be spent in evaluating the school's progress in the implementation of the educational programs, projects, and activities, as well as reviewing the performance of teachers and the school staff to address concerns through cooperative effort. And the last 3 days shall be devoted to the conduct of school-based inset activities for the teachers, continued professional development, and the preparation of their instructional materials. So yan po ang gagawin natin sa 5-day mid-year break. Okay? Okay, conduct of learning action cell. The learning action cell shall be sustained by conducting it at least once a month or on an in-person learning modality. However, it may be done virtually when it is difficult to have in-person sessions, now particularly when involving cluster schools. Okay? Then, the following broad areas of discussion ay pwedeng mga topics po natin dito. Learners' diversity and student inclusion, content and pedagogy of the K-12 basic education program, assessment and reporting in the K-12 basic education program, 21st century skills and ICT integration in instruction and assessment, curriculum contextualization, localization, and indigenization. So ito po yung mga pwedeng topics natin sa learning action cell. Okay, next. Okay, so ito na po yung ginagawa natin ngayon. Schools may opt to conduct in-person, online, or hybrid orientation at the beginning of the school year. To orient stakeholders on the vision, mission, core values of DepEd. That's why dito po sa atin ngayon, this is ang araw na binigay namin sa inyo natin para mabigyan po namin kayo ng kaukulang knowledge kung paano yung preparation po natin for the high school year. Then of course, yung pagkakaroon ng mga assembly po natin during Cards Day, during Parents Day, yun na po yung pagkakataon natin na ma-meet ang ating mga stakeholders, ang ating mga parents. Then we can say or we can discuss with them yung mga situations natin di school, yung context ng school natin, and of course kung paano ang gagawin natin para mapaganda at maibigay natin ang dapat na maibigay sa ating mga estudyante. That's why ito yung tinatawag nating General Assembly. Of course ginagawa po yan ng ating mga school heads, especially doon sa pagbibigay ng Cards Day, pag-meet sa mga stakeholders natin, kumbaga doon natin binibigay o dinidiscuss ang mga objectives natin, yung mga mission natin sa eskwelahan. Okay? Okay. So year-end deliberation of awards and clearance. Deliberation of awards and recognition may be conducted 2 weeks before the graduation or moving up ceremonies. Malapit na tayong matapos kasi graduate na tayo. Ayan. School awards, committee for the following learners who will receive recognition and awards and learners who are candidates for graduation. For public schools, the accomplishment of year-end financial clearance of learners is strictly prohibited in accordance with DepEd collection policy. Pinapaalala po natin opening of classes or ending of classes or graduation man yan, yung ating DepEd's collection policy. Okay? Ayan, nakapaloob na dyan pala yung Christmas break shall begin December 19, 2022, Monday. Classes shall resume January 4, 2023, Wednesday. Napaka-specific po ng ating DepEd order. The remedial classes for public schools shall start July 17, 2023, Monday, and shall end August 26, 2023, Saturday. Okay, so nasabi na po ni Dr. Len kanina itong mga ito, especially doon po sa mga kung paano nating gawin na mas safe ang ating mga estudyante, and of course ang ating mga teachers, and of course ourselves. Wag po nating kalimutan ang ating mga sarili. So Kanina na-discuss na po yan ni Dr. Len, no? Okay. Sige. Okay, sige po, diretso na po yan. Okay. So, of course, no, so ang palagi po nating pinapaalala sa ating mga kaguruan, so try to be kumbaga enthusiastic, no, to be dynamic, no, dahil nga kung mawawalan tayo niyan, no, talagang lahat mawawala. No, that's why no, everybody, no, sa ating mga school heads, sa ating mga PSDS, EPSDRs, no, nakamark na ng red yung August 22. No, I think talagang yung August 2022, 2022, no, ay nakamark na. And I think no, we are hoping for a new door to success, no, in this school year, no, with eagerness and determination. No, I know, no, we can surely, no, prepare, no, and seize all the opportunities na makoconquer natin, no, dito sa school year na ito. And also sa ating mga kaguruan, no, sa ating lahat, no, let us hope na ang school year na ito ay napakaganda at kumbaga fruitful, no, kasi huwag na nating isipin, no, kahit na naaamoy pa natin yung vapors ng pandemic na yan, no, kailangan makonquer po natin lahat yan, no, so that we can perceive, no, we can have the new chapters, no, in this academic year 2022-2023. So for that, no, thank you very much, no, to all, no, sa ating lahat na nandito sa platform. Maraming salamat po, and I think sa lahat po ng naibigay namin sa inyo ay ready na po tayo. Thank you very much, Madam Marisa and now Sir Jonathan. Thank you, and good morning pa rin. Thank you.
We appreciate you thoroughly, sir, explaining the DEPED Orders 34, guidelines on the school calendar and activities for the school year 2022-2023, and DEPED Order 35, series of 2022, guidelines on the enrollment for school year 2022-2023 in the context of reintroduction of the in-person classes. Thank you very much, sir. So at this juncture, please join us in extending a hearty welcome to our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Madam Maria Celina L. Vega, with her closing remarks. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Ma'am Marisa and Sir Jonathan. Thank you so much to all our teachers who are with us this morning, all our school heads, the supervisors. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpapaunlak. I have seen some of our school heads, no, they are watching us via Teams and FB with their teachers. Nagpupugay po kami sa inyong lahat. We also thank Sir Arman for reminding us to start the year right. And of course, we also would like to thank our able speakers for for giving emphasis and sharing with us the highlights, no, of the health protocols, the guidelines on how we can start the year, and we also thank them for giving us the full implementation of school year 2022-2023. And of course, I would also like to thank all those who took part in our virtual orientation program this morning as we welcome school year 2022-2023. Hayaan po ninyong muli kong ibahagi sa inyo ang isang nursery rhyme na kinanta ko last when we were about to start school year 2021-2022. At ngayong uumpisahan po natin ang school year 2022-2023, hayaan po ninyong kantahin ko muli ito. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I love this simple nursery rhyme because of its meaning. It says, let us not quit. Let us keep going with our life, no matter how many difficulties, duties, or tasks that we are meeting or encountering ahead of us. And I thank the Benedictine Center of St. Paul Monastery for giving deeper meaning to this simple nursery rhymes. Last year, I focused on the line merrily, 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 and gently down the stream. But today, I will focus on the first line, row, row, row your boat. We row, 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 and work at all the important things in our life. This includes our family, our health, our spiritual life, and education. But before we can row, we need to untie the boat and get moving. Mahirap po na nakatali pa ang bangka, tayo ay magro-row na. Hindi po tayo aalis sa ating mga lugar. So the first thing that we have to do so that we can row our boat, we need to untie the boat and get moving. At some point, we must learn how to row from a guide and helpful instructions. That is why we conducted this orientation para po iisa lamang ang direksyon na tatahakin natin. We should have one stroke so that we can reach our goal. Having heard the guide, the directions from our medical officer, from our chiefs, and from our superintendent, sabi nga po ni Sir Arman, let the show begin. Indeed, I agree. We have prepared for this show. Tama po ba ako? We have our consultative meetings with our teachers, with our stakeholders. We have prepared our LRP. We have conducted the Brigada Eskwela, and now we are having our Oplan Balik Eskwela. So we are prepared to begin the show. Over time, we learn to row in balance with both paddle and the water. Otherwise, pulling only one paddle will leave our boat moving in circles. Again, hindi na naman po tayo makakarating kung isang paddle lang ang gagamitin natin. Similarly, the pandemic has taught us to put balance in our well-being. We have put balance in all the things that we are doing because of the pandemic and because of what we have experienced. The song also teaches us something about perspective. When we row a boat, we sit usually at the middle part, looking back at where we have been. Di po ba tumitingin tayo sa kung saan tayo nanggaling? But most of the time, we look ahead kung saan po tayo pupunta. While we might learn from our past, marami po tayong learnings from the past. Marami po tayong discoveries from the past. We need to live our life in the present. And let us not worry because we are prepared. And as mentioned earlier, this school year, 2022-2023, will be a victorious school year for all of us. Just let us make sure we are heading in the direction of our goal as set by our school's division superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo Pozon. And in closing, I would just like to leave two reminders for everyone. My first reminder, let us start school year 2022-2023 with a blast. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng blast? Letter B, let us be a good servant. Let us be a good steward of DEPED SDO Tarlac Province. Letter L, let us lead with excellence. Hindi pwede ang pwede na. Dapat parating pwedeng-pwede na. Letter A, let us apply and implement all the protocols, all the guidelines that we have heard. Let us have a full implementation of our programs, of our projects and activities set forth by the Department of Education. Letter S, let us serve with sincerity. Ang sarap maglingkod sa Tarlac. Ang sarap paglingkuran ng mga Tarlakenyo. Sana maranasan po lahat natin ito. And letter T, let us trust the wisdom of our superiors. Let us trust the capabilities of our peers and let us learn from them. Let us trust the capabilities and abilities of our subordinates and learners. And above all, let us trust God that we will be victorious. That is my first takeaway for all of you and reminder. And the second and final reminder for everyone as we start with a blast for school year 2022-2023. I am again leaving 2 Titus chapter 2 verses 7 to 8 to everyone, which capsulizes the code of ethics of a public servant. And it says, sa 2 Titus chapter 2 verses 7 to 8. This is my second reminder to everyone. Please read with me as I read the second reminder. Ito po ang baon natin, lahat ng mga guro, lahat ng mga punong guro. Let us read all together. Titus 2:7-8. Show ourselves in all respects to be a model of good works, and in our teaching, show integrity, dignity, and sound speech that cannot be condemned. Muli, isang magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Patuloy po nating isigaw ang Angat Tarlac, Rise Tarlac, Shine Tarlac. Happy teaching, happy working, and let us be a blessing to our respective workplace every day from day 1 to the last day of school year 2022-2023. To God be the glory.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Celine. So let's start the year with a blast. Let us start the year with a blast and be victorious. So to officially conclude this virtual orientation for the opening of classes for this school year 2022-2023, we invite everyone for a solidarity prayer for the success of this school year. The solidarity prayer will be led by our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Ronaldo Poson, with our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Celina L. Vega, Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Armando Capili, CID Chief, Sir Dipano, SGOD Chief, Sir Linsao, Education Program Supervisor, Association President, Dr. Lamberto Gamorot, our Association President of the PSDS, Dr. Marilyn Pascua, Secondary School Heads Association President, Sir Glenn Quito, our Elementary School Heads Association President, Dr. Christina Dugay, and our Education Program Supervisor in charge of Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Dr. Emmanuel Reganit. Let us now bow our heads and in silence, let us pray.
I'll start. Si Yahweh ang ating pastol. Si Yahweh ang aking pastol, hindi ako magkukulang. Pinapahimlay niya ako sa luntiang pastulan at inaakay niya sa tahimik na batisan. Pinapanumbalik ang aking kalakasan at pinapatnubayan niyang sa tamang daan upang aking parangalan ang kanyang pangalan. Dumaan man ako sa madilim na libis ng kamatayan, wala akong katatakutan pagkat ika'y aking kaagapay. Ang tungkod mo at pamalo, aking gabay at sanggalang, ipinaghahanda mo ako ng salo-salo na nakikita pa nitong mga kalaban ko. Sa aking ulo langis ay binubuhos, sa aking saro pagpapalay lubos-lubos. Kabutihat pag-ibig mo sa akin di magkukulang, siyang makakasama ko habang ako'y nabubuhay at magpakailanman sa bahay ni Yahweh mananahan.
Makapangyarihang Diyos, tanggapin po ninyo ang aming papuri, pagsamba, pagluwalhati at pasasalamat sa inyong di nagmamaliw na pagmamahal at sa pagpaparanas sa amin ng inyong di nagbabagong kabutihan at katapatan araw-araw.
Lumalapit po kami sa iyo ng may pagpapakumbaba, pananampalataya at pagtitiwala na anuman ang aming idulog sa iyo sa panalangin, sa iyong pangalan, makasusumpong kami ng kahabagan at tiyak na katugunan sa aming mga usal at mga pangangailangan.
Salamat po sa biyayang matawag kaming mga guro, tagapaglingkod at tagapagtubog, hindi lamang ng husay at galing, kundi maging ng kagandahang asal at pagpapakatao ng bawat nilalang na sa amin ay minsay dumaraan.
Batid po ninyo ang aming ligaya at galak na maging instrumento sa pagpapalaganap ng magandang balita at pag-asang hatid ng edukasyon, karanasan at mga aral sa buhay. Posible ang magandang buhay sa kalikasan mong taglay.
Sa mga panahon na kami po ay binabayo ng mga hamon sa buhay at tila kay bigat ng mga pasaning aming kinakaharap, aming isasaysay na kailanman hindi ka nagkulang. Makakaasang hindi kami iiwan at pababayaan hanggang sa dulo ng walang hanggan.
Basbasan mo po kami ng kaalaman at karunungan, ng inspirasyon at binagong buhay, upang sa aming sinumpaang bukasyon, maging sa isip, sa salita at gawa, tanging pangalan mo lamang ang maparangalan at madakila.
Biyayaan po ninyo kami ng magandang kalusugan, ligtas sa anumang uri ng kasamaan, karahasan at kapahamakan. Iyong binabantayan, pinapatnubayan at iniingatan, saan man, kanino man, ano pa man, magpakailanman.
Gabayan mo po, Panginoon, ang mga namumuno sa kagawaran ng edukasyon sa pangunguna ni Vice President DEPED Secretary Sara Duterte, kasama ng lahat ng naitalagang pinuno sa kagawaran, ang mga guro, magulang at mag-aaral sa lahat ng ginagawang pagpaplano at paghahanda sa pagbubukas ng klase. Itumpak mo po ang nailatag ng mga polisiya at ang mga desisyong nagawa na at ginagawa pa para sa kapakanan at kabutihan ng lahat.
Bigkisin mo po kami sa pagkakaisa at pagtutulungan, pagkakaunawaan at pagmamalasakitan upang maitawid ng may pagtatagumpay ang taong panuruang 2022-2023 na paparating. Sa lahat ng ito, Panginoon, kalooban mo po ang makapangyayari at masusunod.
Tayo pong lahat, ang lahat po ng ito
Ito
ay aming
may
samot
samot
at panalangin ng may
may
pasasalamat
pasasalamat
sa pangalan ni Jesus na
na
ating
aming
Panginoon at
tagapagligtas.
tagapagligtas. Ang lahat po ay
Amen.
magsabi ng Amen.
Amen.
Kanina pa, ne? Thank you.
Amen, Ma'am Marisa. Thank you very much po, Ma'am Celine, and our SDS, Sir Pozon, Sir Armand, and to everyone who led our prayer of solidarity. We promise to remember the lessons you taught us today, and we join together in prayer for the success of the upcoming academic or school year. We are now re-inspired to complete the mission we have fervently kept noble all these years, the noble cause of teaching. We do so with grateful and full hearts. Let's join our hearts and hands when we see each other next Monday as we welcome students back to our schools. God bless us all and DEPED Tarlac Province. Another significant virtual event was successfully carried out. We thank each and every one of us and our attendees and presenters who joined us this morning.
Let us work patiently and collectively to make sure that no matter what kind of circumstances will put our faith and dedication to the test, we'll still carry out our duties as educators for the benefit of all our learners, teachers, parents, the school, and the DepEd Tarlac province as a whole.
This is Sir Jonathan M. Gamboa.
And I am Marisa M. Damian, your Masters of Ceremonies, joining everyone
in
in
fervent
fervent
prayers
prayers and warm
and a warm
welcome
to school
to school
year
year 2022-2023.
2022-2023.
Angat Tarlac,
Rise
Rise
Tarlac,
Tarlac, Shine
Shine
Tarlac.
Tarlac.
To
Thank
God
you
be the
and good
glory.
morning to everyone.
Good
Thank
morning
you,
po
Ma'am
sa ating
Marisa.
lahat. Thank you, Sir Jonathan. Good morning po sa ating lahat.
We also thank, of course, our ICT group for facilitating this virtual event and to everyone who took part towards the success of this event this morning. Thank you very much. God bless po sa lahat.
God bless po.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Celine.
Wala kayong mic, ma'am.